Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Saturday, the day before the big game. Woo! Alright, so tomorrow is the big game. We got the Los Angeles Rams in LA versus the Cincinnati, words are hard, the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, should be a good game. I've been watching the playoffs. I've been watching football. I love football. And my pick is going to be revealed a little bit later. So let us talk about the two teams for a little bit and what I know about. So it's what I know about each team and, my opinions. So we have the NFC team, the LA Rams. Now, they beat the San Francisco 49ers, and it was a good game. I will give them that. For the second year in a row, the NFC team are playing at home. Last year you had Tampa Bay win the championship in Tampa Bay. Now you have LA playing in LA. And you have Matt Stafford, who is at quarterback for the LA Rams. Now, fun fact, I think I said this before, but my first playoff game was against my very first NFL playoff game that I ever saw in person was the Dallas Cowgirls versus the Detroit Lions. It was a great game. I enjoyed myself. And, Detroit Lions losing. But Matt Stafford was the quarterback of the Lions. I do believe. Yes, he was. And it was a good game. I really enjoyed myself, even though I didn't really like either team. I just happened to live in Dallas at that point. But, and then you have amazing players currently on the LA Rams. You have former Denver Bronco, Von Miller, who was part of the Super Bowl 50 team. And I do like my Von Miller. And then you have, I don't know what position, I do apologize, but there's the Cooper Kupp. He's pretty good. Again, I only know very much of a couple teams. LA Rams is not one of those teams that I know a lot about. But watching them play in the playoffs has been exciting. But they're facing a AFC team that is the underdog. And they're young. Before I continue about the Bengals, so the LA Rams were part of the Super Bowl a few years ago. Now, that was the Super Bowl that I did not actually watch between the New England Patriots and the LA Rams. I was not available. I was in New York watching a play on Broadway. Instead of watching the Super Bowl, I was watching a play on Broadway. And really excited. And I think very highly of that play. Part 1 and Part 2. Both in the same day. And I remember after the play when I was meeting a few of the cast members somebody said the score of the Super Bowl, and I'm like, oh, cool. Okay. And that still lives to my mind of the only thing that I know about that Super Bowl. Because I try and watch every single year. That's one of the few Super Bowls that I have actually not seen. Now let's talk about the AFC Cincinnati Bengals. You have quarterback Joe Burrow. And then you have some amazing people. I do believe the running back Joe Mixon. You got some amazing players. I am sorry that I don't know much about each team for the big game. But I've watched the Bengals this playoff, and, so last week, I turned off after the first quarter. I'm like, congratulations, KC, you're moving on. I'm like, you know what? And I went to bed. I legitimately went to bed after the first quarter. So you know what? And so when I woke up and finding out that Kansas City lost. Yes. Also, the kicker for the Cincinnati Bengals, I think his name is McPherson. Absolutely amazing kicker. I've always been a big fan of kickers. Because that's talent that I don't have. All football players have all the talent that I do not possess. So I enjoy. And I've always really enjoyed, the big game, and usually I'm just alone watching it alone. And that's okay. I can enjoy it by myself. So, my pick for the big game is the Cincinnati Bengals. I love the underdog. I want them to do well. And it would be nice for Cincinnati, Ohio, to have a reason to celebrate. And either way, I hope it's a good game. And I hope that it can be amazing. And it's good to see different teams in the big game. And, I would have been okay with a few other different teams. But I'm happy with, the LA Rams in home. So they have home field advantage. And they're facing a true underdog. And, even if LA wins 55-3, I still stand behind the Cincinnati Bengals and what they did. Because I remember watching Week 17 when they beat Kansas City at home in Cincinnati. I watched that game, and I'm like, hey, now they're in the playoffs. And, good. And then I watched them through the playoffs. It's like, this is a good team. And not having my team in the playoffs, and I don't like rooting for the team in my conference, which is the Raiders, which the Bengals beat. Then you have the Kansas City Chiefs, which the Bengals beat. And then you have the LA Chargers, which was not in the playoffs because the Raiders beat the Chargers in Week 18. And so, yeah, it was... I will say this playoffs has been amazing, especially the Buffalo Bills versus Kansas City. That was a good game. Very, very interesting. And I'm excited, and I'm going to enjoy the halftime show for whatever ever it will be. And I would love to hear your opinion of the big game and who you're rooting for. And, you know, I like AFC teams. Most of the teams that I follow and that I know a lot about are AFC teams. And, you know, I would have liked a 49er Bengal game, but that's not happening, and that's okay. We have the LA Rams in LA versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Should be a good one. And, you know, I'm all set for tomorrow's game. I'm all set for, the pregame. It's gonna, I'm got everything ready for tomorrow. And unlike, unlike a couple of weeks ago against, because last week was the Pro Bowl, and 2 weeks ago was the Kansas City Bengal game. I think I said last week, I meant 2 weeks ago, because I forget the Pro Bowl of the thing. I do. Watching the Pro Bowl doesn't have the thing that it did many years ago, where I actually looked forward to all the competitions, and the amazing thing that was the Pro Bowl. Just the last couple of years, it hasn't been the best. And so I forget. And so I forget you go wild card, then, not wild card, then you the championship game, and then you have Pro Bowl, and then you have the big game. But, I mean, I make gaffes all the time. But with, the sport that the NFL has, I really hope the best team wins. And the way that the sport is, I hope that they make the Pro Bowl better, and that, is more worth it. Now it's in LA, it was in Orlando, but I wish the Pro Bowl was better leading into the Super Bowl. But, I can't wait until tomorrow. And I'm really wanting the LA Rams to lose and the Cincinnati Bengals to win. But whoever may be the Super Bowl champion for the 2021-22 season, may the best team win. Because either way, both teams deserve it. They both fought hard. And they all, they all did, they did the work. They fought hard. And, a lot of people can complain and throw tizzy fits and, make up reasons why either team should not be where they are. But I'm glad. I see the fine point, and it is what it is. Both teams deserve the spotlight. And, either way, 100%, I'm going for the Bengals. But even if the LA Rams win, good for Von Miller, which I would assume that he would hang it up. Good for Matt Stafford for, leaving the Lions, going to LA. He deserves the Super Bowl ring, absolutely. It wouldn't surprise me if Detroit was rooting for LA Rams. And, I don't have a horse in the fight. My team didn't even make the playoffs. So, I think my team was eliminated week 4. I'm not being realistic. I'm making a gaffe because my team sucks. But I love my Broncos. And I will forever be a Bronco fan. But they were not a good team this year. Glimmer of hope. But the Broncos are going to be Broncos. But, so, yes, if you have, let me know who your team is. And I hope to, have a good tomorrow. And I hope tomorrow's game goes pretty well. So I'm going to end it here because I want to tell everybody that I love you and know that I'm really excited for tomorrow's game. And be safe. And I'm not doing very well mentally, but I have something to look forward to tomorrow. And I'm okay with that. And feel free to come back and when I get to other issues that I may have. But I'm going to continue trying things, and this is what I'm excited about right now, and I want to enjoy things, and I want to enjoy life that I can. And so, tomorrow being a big game, I want to enjoy it, and I'm no matter what I'm dealing with, I'm gonna sit back and enjoy a good long pregame show, Super Bowl. Then you have the halftime show, then the second half, and then going to enjoy. So may the best team win tomorrow. And may everybody be safe. And so, love you all. Until next week. Where I don't know what it's going to be about because I'm not there yet. May talk about the winner. I don't know. Anyway, I love you all. And be safe. And if you are struggling with mental health issues, find somebody to talk to. Write a few things down. There is help out there. You matter. You matter as a person. We care about you. But until next time, it's Saturday. I love you all. Be safe. Take care. I bid you adieu.